All right, welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, back to our channel. So today we're going to be talking about NMAP, what NMAP is, and how to use NMAP to scan for beginners. So first of all, NMAP is a tool within Kali Linux that is used for scanning machines and scanning websites and all that. But today we will be covering how to scan specifically Metasploitable because I do have that within my virtual environment. So here I do have a Metasploitable, as you can see here, Metasploitable 2, and then my Kali Linux is this guy. My Metasploitable is actually on IP address 77, it ends with 77, which is right here. So that's what we're going to be scanning. So the first command I want to run is going to just to scan with NMAP. You just type in NMAP, and then you put in the target IP 168.68.77. So that is one way of scanning. It performs a SYN scan. As you can see, you can have some results. It will tell you the ports that are open. And so typically the first, I think when you run the NMAP without specifying the ports, it will just probably give you like the first 1,000 ports or 1,024, something of that nature. So, but there are other options that you can include here, which we're going to go through in the next or upcoming commands. So to scan using NMAP is typically the command and the target IP that you're trying to scan. The next one I want to scan, I want to show is scanning. You can also scan using a range. You can say from 1 all the way to 254, something like that. So if you do that, obviously it's scanning all the IPs, right? From all the way to 192.168.68.1, 68.2.68.3, 68.4, all the way to 68.254. And obviously it's going to take a longer time. So I'm not just going to let that run for the entire time because it's really going to take a lot of time. So I'll key that with a Control C. So that is to scan a range. That's what you would do. The next one is you can also scan an entire subnet. You can do the same thing, and you can put the 0/24, just like that, to scan the entire subnet. And still, this is going to run through the entire subnet order from the .1, which is the last octet, the last IP address there, the .68.1 all the way to 68.254 or 255. It's going to run through all those IPs, scanning them. And so that is running using the CIDR notation. And remember, this guy here does not always have to be 1 to 254. You might want to scan just 5 IPs, for example, 1 to 5. You can still do that with that range there. Okay, then another one that I'd like to show you is sometimes you want to scan to get more details. So I will run like the very first scan that I did on my target machine. I will add a -V for verbose. You want to see more details, you can do that, and you hit enter. Now it's going to scan the same thing, but now a lot more output right on the screen. You get a little bit more stuff. Discovered open port. So we didn't have all this portion here in the first section, but here we have it because we included the -V flag, which is the verbose flag. And it's also possible to scan the operating system of your target. So in that case, you're going to use a -O, like that. So NMAP, okay, NMAP -O, you can use that command right there. Actually, I think I can make the screen bigger for good visibility. Hopefully you can see better. So NMAP -O, and then you put in your target. If you hit enter, then now it's going to scan it and then tell you what it thinks the operating system is. In this case, it still performs all the scans, right? You see like all the ports are still open, but this time around it brought more information on the operating system. It thinks it's running Linux 2.6. something, right? So that's like the operating system details in there. So that was the -O. Sometimes you also want to know the version of services that are running. Like right now, all these ports that are open here, it just tells you, for example, HTTP is running, but or FTP, all these services are running, but it doesn't really tell you what version, right? So you can check the version with the -SV. dash lowercase s uppercase v, just like that. Put in your target and you hit enter. So let's see what comes back. I didn't expect it was going to take this long, but okay, good. So now you can see the same scan ran, but this time around, instead of just FTP, it added another column, the version column. So now specifically, you can look and see the different versions that are running for the specific services. So that was the dash SV. The next one I want us to look at is going to be, you can scan specific ports. So you can say, instead of scanning all those ports that we see here, I want to scan, for example, I'll use the dash P. I want to scan, let's say, port 80 and maybe port 443, something like that, right? You can list them like that and you hit enter. So now it scanned just those two ports. Port 443 is closed, as you can see. Then port 80 is open right here. So that was specific ports. You can also do an aggressive scan. An aggressive scan would be with a dash A. So you would do the same thing like that, and you put dash uppercase A, and this would be the command, dash uppercase A. If you hit that, this will probably take a little bit longer because it's getting a lot more information. It's a lot aggressive and providing a lot more information. Let's see how long it takes. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. And after the dash A, we're going to look at, which is the aggressive scan. I think it's already done. So let's look at the results. So the same thing, but a lot more information. Let's start all the way from the top. So this is where I run the command. You see this time around, it did not just give me only the service, but it gave me a lot more information about FTP and even, okay, logged in as FTP, even tells you here, there's probably a user called FTP that you can use to log in. So there's a lot more details for this, a lot more. And FTP, this anonymous FTP login allowed. So here it looks like it allowing anonymous. So you can try FTP and then maybe just a blank password, and that might work. But those are things to probably try. So you see, it has a lot more details on it, right? A lot more. So that there was the aggressive scan. So after the aggressive scan, I want us to look at the stealth scan, which it looks like is the default. You could do like dash SS. This is the stealth scan. If you run that, you get something similar to running even without any switch, even running without any of this switches in here, which looks like is the default scan for NMAP. And this one, if you look at it on Wireshark, it performs a three-way handshake, but not fully. So if you're familiar with what a three-way handshake is, it sends a send packet, receives a send ACK, but instead of completing that three-way handshake with an ACK, it sends a reset. So it's a half open scan. So, but that's going to be for another video about three-way handshakes. So then the next one, I think we've covered the aggressive scan, the stealth scan. NMAP also has scripts, and the scripts, let me clear the screen first. The scripts are located on, if I do an ls on /user, I believe it's user share NMAP scripts, I think so, yes. So if I list that, then these are all potential scripts to do certain things that you might want to check on NMAP. So all the scripts have different things that they do. You see something, for example, like this here, HTTP XSSED. That looks like some cross-site scripting. It looks like that's what it is. But if you're confused, you just copy that. Then you can run nmap -- scripts. dash help, and you paste that script. So once you paste it, then you hit enter just to have an idea of what the script, what it is, what it does. And it tells you here that this script searches the xssed.com database and outputs the results. So if for whatever reason you were interested in this cross-site scripting thing, then you can use the script. So, and if you wanted to use it, the script, then you would just type in, instead of typing scripts dash help, it's just going to be scripts, and then you pass in the script that you want to use here, like that. So, but here, I think I want to use, there's a telnet brute script, which is this guy here. I want to use that on my target because I know my target is running, telnet is running on it. So I just paste it. So if I use this, it means that it's going to brute force. Oh, I got to put in my target IP, which is 192.168.68.77. It's going to try like multiple usernames and passwords just to tell you which one it thinks could be the right username and password. So while that is taking place, the next command I want to run here would be, we've seen the scripts, and okay, you can also save your files. So to save a file is going to be, let me use this terminal. To save a file, you can run nmap -on, like that, and then give it the name of the file. Just say you want to call it output.txt, and the target is 77. So you're trying to save all the results that you get into this file. So if I hit enter, it's going to display some results on the screen, and then some of the results will be, and the same results will be in the file. If I do an ls here to list the files, I'll see there's an output.txt here, which is the same name I gave to my file where I want the data to be saved. Now let me cut the file to see what's inside. If I cut output.txt, we see that we have the same information in here. So that's the content of the file. You can also save the file, instead of using a txt, you can save the same file using an XML. So you can say, computer is running slow. So I'll just call it output XML, but instead of using a -on, I'll use -ox, like that. So once we do that, so now we're using nmap -ox, save the output as output.xml, and then this is my target IP address. Once I do that and I hit enter, it's going to run its own scan again. And let's see if I do ls again, then now I have two outputs. I have this output.xml and I have output.txt for the previous one. And let's see if my scan here, you see it's still not even done running. It takes quite a little bit. So this is just pretty much scratching the surface for beginners, NMAP. If you're interested in learning more about scanning, then obviously hopefully you learned something new in this video. If you did, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it out, and subscribe to the channel to help support the channel. So that being said, I'm not going to keep the video any longer. Stay blessed, and we'll see you guys in the next video. I don't know what I'm going to cover in the next video, but I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.